guess I'll start off by, of course, every week is a big weekend, in Big 12 basketball, and now we get a chance to go and find a little bit more about our basketball team. Having to go into Manhattan and face against a Kansas State team that's coming off of a big win on the road. So it's going to be a huge challenge for our basketball team. I think Frank has really been pushing his kids, and I thought they finally probably got over the hump with Colorado, and I'm sure they're looking forward to the Tigers coming in.
Coach, after two 97-point games, every time you talk to Jamari or one of the players, they say, well, that's because of the defense. Just talk about continually the defense creating offensively.
Well, again, that's what we hang our hats on is to me, it's been the point of emphasis, especially since the Nebraska. I think the approach that you got to have is that you got to stop somebody. I think that's in order to have a chance to win. Then, of course, in our defense, no question about it, creates some offense for us, and it gets us, I think, into a tempo and into a rhythm, and allows us to play a lot of players. I think our depth, and I keep saying our bench, is the biggest component we have on our basketball team. We're starting to really get off to some good starts, which is good sign to see. But again, I think we get more guys that are playing some pretty good basketball, and that's. But our defense is the thing, the approach I want our guys to have from a defensive mindset.
Mike, what's your feeling overall about this team? How good is this team?
I don't know. I don't know how good they are right now. I think they're progressing. I think they're in time could be one of the better teams that you're going to see in our league. I think as we got into conference play, I think we can play with anybody, and anybody can beat us. We can beat anybody. But I think their confidence is really with each game, and you start winning. That's how you get confidence. I think our guys are really playing with a lot of confidence. I think they're starting to trust one another. That's pretty big in basketball when you got that trust factor on offense as well as defense. And I think coming from a defensive mindset, it helps us to get in transition. It helps us to play unselfish where we share the basketball. I mean, they're playing instinctive basketball. And it's fun, exciting basketball, but it's winning basketball also.
You're closing in on the top 25. What are your feelings about that as a coach? Do you prefer to just fly under the radar a little bit, or do you like being ranked?
Well, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, whether we're on the radar, top 25, I think that's just a report card of what you've been doing. I think, we've had some tests where we've done well. We had some we haven't done well. I think as we continue to get into the meat and potato of our schedule, we find out a little bit more about our basketball team in terms of, how good we can be. But at the same time, I think you want to be there when it's all said and done. I know it sounds redundant, so I keep saying it, but I think most coaches would agree with that. You want to be there when everything's all said and done in the top 25. But I think we're playing some good basketball. I like the direction our team is going, and hopefully we can just keep working to get better.
You talked about the fact that this team could beat a lot of teams in the league. There's a lot of teams that can beat y'all, and that's the case a lot of years. The teams that end up winning, that end up being elite, are the teams that end up getting wins on the road. What do you feel like your guys did in Athens and Stillwater that helps you get those road wins, and do you think that's something that you can keep doing consistently, keep bringing home some of those road victories that'll get you where you want to be at the end?
Well, I think we had more points at the end. That was a big key right
that helps a lot, I know.
but no, I know what you're saying. But I think, you got to be able to withstand the emotional start, the quick starts by most teams. I mean, most teams, when you come out, they're going to punch you, and you got to be able to punch back and just kind of hang around. I think that's what we've done. We've had a chance to dictate tempo a little bit and get guys coming off the bench that come in and gave us some key minutes. You look at the Georgia game. Who was that guy? Keith Ramsey. He ignited us, and some other guys came on and did some good things. Zaire had one of those career games. Then you go to Oklahoma State. Matt Lawrence comes and plays huge for us coming off the bench. So it is that you got some guys that are coming in and give you some quality minutes. But we're the ultimate team, and so you get the more pieces you get to working, the better your chances. And I think you got to be able to shoot the ball on the road. You got to put it in the hole. And of course, defense is going to be that thing that we talk about all the time. time, but you got to put the ball in the hole, and you got to get to the free throw line, and you got to knock free throws down too.
Mike, how much did you emphasize